All right, guys. I'm gonna be looking over the Los Angeles Lakers of the 2018-2019 NBA season. And as everyone knows, LeBron James about a month ago declared his signing to go to LA. And as we've seen throughout this month, uh, we were expecting some big names to follow him, as in Paul George and maybe a Kawhi Leonard trade coming through, and even DeMarcus Cousins. But none of those players has decided to go to the LA Lakers. Kawhi was not traded there. And LeBron's in a position where he's with a bunch of the young guys on this team and a few veterans that started to follow along, such as Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee, and Michael Beasley. Now, looking at this team, especially in the loaded Western Conference, it's going to be interesting for the Lakers and for LeBron James. I feel like this year is more of a test out year. Just, run your course, play it through. And then next year, for next summer, that's when all the acquisitions of the big free agency names are going to come through, such as Kawhi Leonard when he's finally a free agent, and possibly even Kevin Durant. But now for the Lakers, we're going to look through this season. So I expect the starting lineup, like right now, as Lonzo Ball be the starting point guard, with Rondo coming off the bench of him, just going to mentor him. And so that point guard position's filled up. And then for the shooting guard position, the thing with the starting lineup, they can go different ways. I think they're going to change it up and flip it throughout the season. But just started off Lonzo at the point guard. Shooting guard, I would expect around a Josh Hart. I feel he's more consistent and a better player to play along with LeBron instead of KCP. KCP had his struggles last season. Inconsistent, not the best defender out there. So I think they could start off with Josh Hart, just get the new young guys going in. And so for the small forward, easily you're going to put LeBron James into that team. I believe sometimes he'll play the point guard and maybe even the power forward or the center. I know Luke Walton said, LeBron may have to play some center. Because for that team, for their centers, they have JaVale McGee and Zubac. And besides that, they don't have any big guys, which is a problem for this team. This team's lacking a third-string point guard and another center out there. But besides that point, LeBron, you can see him play multiple positions, so that'll be very interesting to see this season. Expect LeBron to play more off-ball, since you have Lonzo Ball and other playmakers such as Rondo coming in. And Brandon Ingram, he played some point guard last season, so it's going to be very interesting to see how LeBron plays off-ball, because the most you've ever seen him play off-ball was whenever he went to Miami. And the first year, especially in the finals, it was a struggle for him to play off-ball. In that 2011 series against the Dallas Mavericks, he played off-ball throughout that whole series. You barely saw him bring up the ball, and he only averaged 17 that series. So it'll be very interesting, because when LeBron was in Cleveland, he had the ball in his hands, and pretty much he wanted to run with LeBron's system. But now being with the LA Lakers and having a new coach, as in Luke Walton, which we will see how he does this season, if he can implement a system, LeBron will be forced to play off ball. Plus, he said he's wanted to, so I think this is going to make LeBron a better player playing off ball, because of being 6'8", 260, he can move, get some screens, move off the ball, set some picks, come off screens, set alley-oop plays for him. So, I really want to see the gameplay or the message that they call in the games for LeBron. So LeBron would do his thing at small forward. Power forward starting, Kyle Kuzma. He's just that overall glue guy, a great power forward slash small forward to come off to be a 4 for LeBron. He definitely is a spot-up shooter. He can defend. He's really young, and plus he's really great offensively, so LeBron can rely on him from time to time. He can also make plays on himself, just dribbling himself, and then just getting shots off by himself. So he's not a spot-up shooter, but he can play both spot-up shooters or just get his own buckets out there. And then center, JaVale McGee. JaVale can move. He's tall. He's athletic. He's immature at moments, but playing at Golden State, that probably gave him the confidence to play, and just to see what it's like to play for a contender. And for LA, they're not contender status, but they're still up there. It's still respectable when you have LeBron on that organization. So he's going to be on his game. And plus, he's going to be a starter for this team as of right now that we know of. So for the starting 5, that's what I see. I think it's more well rounded out. Plus, it's better for the shooting because this team does not have shooters like that. But adding Josh Hart as a shooting guard and Kyle Kuzma as your stretch four, I think it would be great for this team. It's well rounded. You have playmakers out there. Now coming off to the bench, uh, originally picking the starters, I was thinking Brandon Ingram would find a place being the starting lineup. But the thing is, this team has an abundance of small forwards slash power forwards, or just forwards in general. And I think Brandon Ingram, since he's a scorer like a KD type, he will benefit very well coming off the bench as a six man for this team. At least to start off the season, I could see they can have different lineups of him starting and putting Josh Hart off the bench, or maybe even Kyle Kuzma. I mean, I don't expect Kyle Kuzma, but that could happen, or so on. But Brandon Ingram, I believe that would be a great six man for this team. Just a young forward that can handle the ball, get buckets out there, and plus against second unit teams. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna. His points per game per average is gonna go up definitely. Also off the bench, Rajon Rondo, great point guard for the team. So this team is always gonna have playmakers out there, from Lonzo to Rondo and then LeBron. So LeBron's always gonna play with either one of the two throughout the team. So they're gonna have playmakers. Then having Lance Stevenson off the bench, a great gritty guy. Definitely he can make plays as well. He likes to run the point a couple times, handle the ball. So it'll be good to have all those playmakers around, because I've never seen a team with LeBron with so many playmakers and limited shooters. So it's gonna be very interesting. It's different from the LeBron James system of what he's used to playing. So we can see how this works out for the guys. Also, you have KCP as another shooting guard or playing small forward for the team. And then you have Michael Beasley, a guy who can get buckets out there. He's usually hit or miss when it comes to games, or he can just be that mid-low, just consistent guy. Definitely great power forward for this team. So this team's got some scoring. And plus, looking off, they drafted Moritz Wagner, a power forward. So, he could get some limited time around power forward to center. And besides from the team, Luol Deng's still under contract. They're trying to move that contract out there. May even waive him, let him go. But for now, I don't think Luol will suit up. If he does, he'll just be at the end of the bench, if anything. And then from the team, I think I'm forgetting someone. No, yeah, pretty much those are like the 10 to 11 guys that I mentioned on the team. The rest are just filler, younger guys that won't see that much time unless there's blowouts or whatever. But the thing with this team, it's going to be pretty tricky to get all those minutes going across. So Luke Walton's got to think of, good rotations come through, who's going to get the minutes or not. I expect the minutes to mostly go to the younger guys and then less and less for the veterans. So this is definitely a referendum on Luke Walton, see what he can come up with. Because this team can go 10, 11 deep. Because these guys throughout the league, they've been getting pretty much some good minutes. It's going to be very interesting. I think LeBron, he'll get a test out for this year. See how this team does. I definitely expect the Lakers to be in the playoffs. I see them around as a fourth or fifth seed. Could slide to a 6, but I expect that 4 to 5 area to be legitimate. And I expect a first round victory from this team, which will probably come across either like the Utah Jazz or maybe even, the Jazz, or probably the Spurs, or somewhere around those two teams. So LeBron's got he's got a team to work with, but they're young, but they're promising players. And outside of LA, LeBron's he's been doing business around with movies, documentaries, going on shows, taking political stances, etc., etc. So, LeBron's you're going to see him to be very happy in LA, and it's definitely going to be exciting for the fans and everyone else. So, looking at the LA Lakers, just overall in summary, in conclusion, they got a very nice young team. I expect them to be around the middle of the pack in the Western Conference. I expect around 46 to 48 wins for this team. Definitely development for these players. This won't be on the LeBron system where everyone's just a spot up shooter. Everything runs through LeBron. Definitely, there's going to be a lot of playmakers. So LeBron's going to play off everyone else, and LeBron will make plays himself. And I'm excited to see what this team does for the LA Lakers. But besides that, the Lakers will be a fun team to watch.